You seem lonesome over there. Good evening. Today is April 17th, 2025. It is 6 p.m. This is the Planning and Zoning meeting of the City of Boca Raton. Will everyone please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. Jamie, would you please call the roll?
Chair Savelle?
Here.
Mr. Salon? Ms. Ritchie?
Here.
Ms. McDermott?
Here.
Mr. Mitchell?
Present.
Mr. Morgan?
Here.
And Mr. Dornblazer. You do have a quorum.
Okay. We have no amendments to the agenda because there's only one item, but we do have the minutes of 2 minutes of two meetings. We have the minutes of March 20th, 2025. I look for a motion and a second.
So motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Who was the second?
Aye.
I'm sorry, who was the second?
I'll be second.
Who was the mover then? Wait. Thank you.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? No. Next, the regular meeting of April 3rd, 2025. Need a motion and a second.
So moved.
So seconded.
Okay. Any discussion? Seeing none. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No. Okay. Next item is a quasi-judicial and public hearing. I would ask the city attorney to explain the procedure to everyone.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the board. Chris Fernandez, Assistant City Attorney. The rules of the City Council provide that each applicant requesting approval, relief, or other action from the Planning and Zoning Board this evening shall disclose at the commencement or continuance of the public hearing any consideration or payment provided or committed directly or on its behalf for an agreement to support or withhold objection to the requested relief or action. A copy of the quasi-judicial rules governing tonight's public hearing are attached to the agenda and are available from the city clerk.
Thank you. Will everyone who's going to speak on any issue tonight please rise and be sworn in?
Do you swear or affirm any testimony you give at this public hearing will be truthful and accurate? Thanks.
Thank you. Jamie, the first item is Boca Technology Center, DRI amendment. Jamie, would you read that into the record, please?
Resolution of the City of Boca Raton making findings of fact and conclusions of law pertaining to the Boca Raton Technology Center Development of Regional Impact, DRI, considering an amendment to the DRI development order to reduce the total acreage of the DRI from approximately 224.44 acres to approximately 217.84 acres, a 6.6 acre reduction, by removing tri-rail property located at 680 Yamato Road, modifying Exhibit 2, Master Plan Map H-1 of the DRI, providing for repeal or providing an effective date.
Thank you. Any ex parte communications, Mr. Morgan? McDermott? Mr. Mitchell?
None.
No, I did. I had a brief conversation with Bonnie Miskell, which started out about another topic. Okay, with that, I'll ask Peter Begovich to please present this to us.
Good evening, Chair Savelle, members of the Planning and Zoning Board. For the record, Peter Begovich for Development Services. Tonight, we're going to, I'm presenting the Boca Technology Center DRI. Specifically, the applicant's request is to amend the Boca Technology Center DRI master plan, which is called Map H1, to reduce the total acreage of the DRI from 224.44 acres to 217.84 acres, a reduction of 6.6 acres by removing a portion of the Boca Raton Tri-Rail Station property from the DRI. The Boca Technology Center DRI is generally located south of Yamato Road, east of Military Trail, and northwest of Interstate 95. The 6.6 acres proposed to be removed from the DRI is located at 680 Yamato Road, highlighted in yellow. On September 7th, 2000, the city purchased approximately 300 acres located within the Blue Lake DRI, and the name was changed to the Boca Technology Center DRI. The resulting approximately 224-acre property consisted of the approximately 124-acre former IBM campus, now known as Boca Raton Innovation Campus, or BRIC, and approximately 100 acres of vacant land. Since its approval, the DRI master plan has been implemented through a series of approvals and amendments that has facilitated the developments of Boca Village, the shops at Blue Lake, Centra Townhomes, the Silver Management Company building, and the Boca Raton Tri-Rail Station. The Tri-Rail Station is denoted as an intermodal node facility on the Boca Technology Center master plan. In April of 2003, a conditional intermodal node master plan and site plan for Phase 1, which included the Tri-Rail Station, were approved. In October and November of the same year, the conditional intermodal node master plan and site plan for Phase 2 were approved, with 50,000 square feet of office and 20,000 square feet of transit-oriented retail space. Phase 2 is never constructed and the approvals expired. On January 14th of this year, the City Council approved an amendment to an approved site plan for the Tri-Rail property for a commercial industrial multifamily development, or CIMD, for the construction of a new 8-story mixed-use building consisting of 340 units, including 10% affordable housing units and 5% workforce housing units, and approximately 30,100 square feet of commercial uses and related site improvements on the Tri-Rail Station property. According to Section 12 of Resolution 03-2025, the development order for the project, approval of the CIMD is expressly contingent upon the adoption of a resolution granting final approval to remove the property from the DRI within 1 year of the adoption of the resolution. This condition was necessary because the DRI lacks the entitlements to support the CIMD project on the property. On screen is the currently approved master plan, H1. By removing the 6.6 acre property from the DRI, the proposal removes the intermodal node facility, as I discussed, and a right-in, right-out access to Yamato Road, and 20,000 square feet of that accessory transit-oriented retail that I was talking about from the map. However, the Tri-Rail Station, the Tri-Rail Station driveway have both been constructed and will remain in place. By removing the property from the DRI, it also removes the amount of open space in the DRI from 13.88 to 13.7 acres because 0.18 acres was allocated for the property. Staff notes that the open space proposed as part of the CIMD approval for the Tri-Rail Station property is approximately 3.88 acres and far exceeds the 0.1 acres set aside if the property remained in the DRI. The open space set aside in the remainder of the DRI remains unchanged, however. Here's a look of the proposed map H1. As you can see, the Tri-Rail Station property is white now, it's removed, and the plan notes and tabular data have been updated accordingly. During the analysis, staff found that approval of the proposed amendment is consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies in the city's comprehensive plan. The proposed DRI amendment to map H1 and revisions to tabular data meet the standards and procedures in the comprehensive plan and land development regulations. The intermodal node facility removed from map 1 has been accomplished by the construction of the Tri-Rail Station on the property, which will be further enhanced by a CIMD with transit-oriented design principles, which is approved for the property. And the CIMD on the property approved by the City Council, is expressly contingent on the approval of this application. So, the Development Services Department recommends approval, and that completes my presentation.
Thank you. Questions for staff? Ms. Ritchie? None. Mr. Morgan? None. Mr. Mitchell?
None.
Ms. McDermott? No? Okay, I have no questions. With that, I'll ask the petitioner to come up. I'll open the public hearing, and you can make your presentation.
Good evening, David Millage, 14 Southeast 4th Street, Suite 36, Boca Raton, here on behalf of the applicant. I have a presentation, but I have nothing else to add to Mr. Begovich's presentation, but be happy to answer any questions that the board might have.
Okay. Anyone have any questions for the petitioner? You're off the hook.
Thank you.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Does anyone else from the public want to speak on this item? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and look for a motion and a second to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Seeing none, Jamie, please call the roll.
Mr. Morgan?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Ms. Ritchie?
Yes.
And Chair Saville?
Yes.
Passed 5-0.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Any public requests? Sir, something you wanted to bring up? No? Okay. Thank you. Do we have a director's report?
No report.
Okay. Chair has no report. With that, at 6:10, we are adjourned.